Everyone wants to project a more heroic, a more fantastic version of themselves.
It's storytelling. Everybody plays a role of a character in this story. You're sort of weaving it together.
You get to interact a little bit more with the people in the league. The rivalries develop.
You can go out and smack the heck out of your friends with foam weapons.
Whatever it is, you're a geek about something. You're so focused and acute on one particular thing, it's something that you leave the trappings of your daily life for to get super absorbed in one particular thing.
We're into Dungeons and Dragons pretty much, live action role playing.
I've been doing this since 88. Look, when we were doing it, there weren't magazines for fantasy football. You used to, you'd have to go to the newspaper in the morning and shit. You have to buy the USA Today and go through the box scores and write down all your scores. Now there's computers, right? Now there's the internet. I mean, I can get stats, instantaneously while the game's going on.
At any given time, you're playing with thousands of players around the world on dedicated servers for this game. A major misconception about gamers is the popular opinion that gamers themselves aren't very socially capable or socially aware. They are.
Oh man, people are just afraid of it, just associated with nerds and geeks.
Geeks, uber geek.
Geeky. We're geeks.
Oh, they're the geeks.
Uber goober.
As you see, we have a wide selection of colors, and we're always coming out with new colors every year.
You had to qualify for the event by playing in the Pro Circuit qualifiers doing well in previous events. The total payout is $250,000. So this is day one of the event.
I like Nintendo. I like Super Mario Brothers. I used to play that.
Had this sort of fetishism about numbers, mathematics as the ultimate truth, right? Well, mathematics is going to tell you something about reality, right? Other things it won't tell you anything about at all.
I think fantasy, at its core is, it's a questioning of reality.
Usually the people who are into, say, the genre culture, the sci-fi fantasy world, we haven't bought into the culture that was shoved down our throats all our lives, the whatever American dream. These people who are looking derisively at these others have, and to them, the world is, having the SUV and the house in the suburbs and, the money and whatever, all those trappings. That's, where us geeks, we see that as a ruse.
Keeping up with the Joneses is not appealing to us.
That's not our world. That's not the world we want to live in.
No. Everybody's so busy wanting to be down with a gang. I'm a conservative, I'm liberal, I'm conservative. It's bullshit. Be a fucking person.
Human beings lose track of what is actually valuable and get sidetracked into these ideas about what is valuable that are really just ideas. We're not noticing that these are just products of thought.
I had it all. I had a stereo that was very decent, a wardrobe that was getting very respectable. I was close to being complete.
We are consumers. We are byproducts of a lifestyle obsession. Is this essential to our survival in the hunter-gatherer sense of the word? No.
Culturally sophisticated forms of entertainment that we have now, like movies, the theater, computer games, these are cultural elaborations on top of cognitive mechanisms that have a deep history. Whenever we are being entertained, we are activating cognitive systems designed for learning.
out in the suburbs, it's not really too much to do. It's either go to the movies or hang out with your friends.
A lot of people look at them and they look down on them.
Use your brain, use your imagination.
It's a lot of fun. And looking in, I don't think people realize that.
Live action role playing. We're getting a lot more women. I don't know what is causing like the surge.
We all have our vices.
If this isn't the game for you, fine.
Dive into something, assume the role of something that you want to do, you want to be.
Well, I was in the Army. A lot of people over there were gaming. Nothing else to do over in Korea.
Used to play D&D back in the day. You know, it wasn't, I'm from the hood, so it wasn't really cool.
We have realms from California all the way to New York.
The East Coast, the Midwest.
Cross representation of society.
The reason the NFL is the most popular sport in America is because of fantasy football. It's a huge market, obviously.
Fantasy golf they're doing. Fantasy hockey coming up. Fantasy NASCAR.
This is the most dangerous game on the planet. It's an ideological conflict.
Why is it we laugh at people that are more creative than us? Is it jealousy? Is it I can't relate to you? Or, is that what it is? I can't relate to you because you're a geek. You're into a creative bent. Used to be geek, which was a negative term in the 70s. It's now a huge, empowering term.
I think that people are starting to embrace that more. It's like, yeah, but it's not a bad thing.